You're hiking alone, no service, no trail markers, just trees and quiet. Then you see it, a staircase. Standing upright in the middle of the forest like someone ripped it out of a house and forgot the house. No walls, no floor. Just steps leading upward into nothing. And here's the part that makes your stomach drop. There are footprints on the steps, fresh, only one set. Going up, not coming down. My name is Ethan. I used to volunteer with a search and rescue team in the Northeast. We were trained to find lost hikers, injured campers, kids who wandered too far normal emergencies. But one case didn't feel normal, because the last thing the missing person was seen doing was walking toward a staircase that didn't belong in the woods. It started with a call at 217A, a woman's voice tight. Shaking said her brother Mason never came home from a day hike. He'd texted her only once that afternoon. Found something weird. Call you in 5. That was it. No follow-up. No location pin, nothing. We reached the trailhead before sunrise. The air was cold enough to sting. The kind of cold that makes every sound feel louder. We followed the route Mason planned to take. After 2 miles, we found his first clue, a snapped orange ribbon tied to a branch. He'd been marking his path. Then we found his backpack, just sitting neatly at the base of a tree, like he'd placed it down on purpose. Inside was his flashlight, extra batteries, water, everything he'd need to survive, except his phone. His phone wasn't missing, it was there, but it was turned off. And the screen was cracked in one clean line like something pressed it with a single, deliberate force. That's when one of our team members, a guy named Cole, muttered something that made everyone go quiet. "Don't tell me we're doing this again." I turned to him. "Doing what again?" Cole didn't answer. He just stared deeper into the woods like he was listening to something we couldn't hear. Then he said, almost like a warning, "If you see stairs, don't go near them." We kept moving anyway, because when someone is missing, every minute matters. At 8:41, we found the stairs. They were old wooden steps with white paint peeling like dry skin, no foundation, no house debris. No evidence of a structure ever being there. Just a staircase rising 10 steps high and ending in open air. And on the 3rd step was a smear of mud shaped like a shoe print, one shoe print, pointing up. Cole stopped instantly. His face lost all its color. "I'm serious," he said. "We mark it, we report it, we leave." Our team leader, Mara, frowned. "We don't leave a possible clue." Cole's voice got sharper. "It's not a clue. It's a trap." Mara stared at him. "You're saying a staircase is a trap?" Cole swallowed. "I'm saying I've seen one before." He told us about a missing hiker 3 years ago. Another staircase, another set of prints. They searched for days. They found nothing except one thing at the end, a radio. That wasn't theirs, playing static. And inside the static, Cole said he heard the hiker's voice like it was underwater whispering one sentence on loop. "I went up." Mara looked back at the stairs, then at me. "Ethan," she said, "take photos. Check for structural hazards, but no one climbs." I nodded and stepped closer. That's when I noticed something that made my skin prickle. The stairs weren't quiet. They made a faint sound, like a house settling, a soft creak, as if someone invisible had just shifted weight on the top step. We circled the staircase. No tracks in the dirt around it except Mason's, and Mason's tracks weren't messy or panicked. They were calm, measured, like he wasn't running from anything, like he was being invited. Then Mara pointed to the side beam, an old carved marking. At first it looked like random scratches. But when sunlight hit it, I realized it wasn't random. It was letters, not many. Just a name, Mason, carved into the wood like it had been there for years. Mara whispered, "That's impossible." Cole backed away. "No, that's exactly how it works." I raised my camera, hands shaking, and zoomed in. The carving wasn't fresh. The edges were worn smooth, old, like Mason had carved his name into the staircase a long time ago. Before he ever found it, before today, my mouth went dry. Then my radio crackled, but it wasn't our channel. It was a thin, broken transmission, and beneath the static was breathing, slow, close, as if someone was holding a walkie-talkie to their mouth from inches away. Then a voice came through. Not Mara's, not Cole's, Mason's, weak, distant, Ethan. I froze. Ethan, don't. Static swallowed the rest. Mara grabbed my shoulder. Where is that coming from? I couldn't answer, because the radio wasn't in my hand. It was sitting on the 7th step of the staircase, a radio we didn't put there. Everyone stared at the radio like it might bite. Cole whispered, "We leave now," but Mara was already stepping forward. "Mason," she called out, her voice echoing into trees. "If you can hear us, do not move. Nothing. Just that faint creak again. Like invisible weight shifting." Then something changed. The air near the staircase got warmer, not like sunlight, like a room with a heater running. The smell changed too, from pine and dirt to old carpet, dust, a hint of someone's laundry detergent, a house smell, like the forest had briefly forgotten it was a forest. And that's when I saw it. At the top step, for half a second, the empty air shimmered, not a portal like in movies, more like heat haze. But inside that shimmer was a hallway, a narrow hallway with beige walls, and a door at the end, slightly open, light leaking out. Mara whispered, "Oh my God." Cole grabbed her arm hard. "Don't look at it." But I couldn't stop, because I recognized that hallway. I had never been there before, yet my brain screamed that I had. Like a childhood memory you didn't know you still had. Then the shimmer flickered, and the hallway was gone. The stairs became just stairs again, but the smell stayed faint, stubborn. Like it was waiting. We did what search and rescue is trained to do, stay logical. Mara called in coordinates. We documented everything. We searched a wider grid. By sunset, we found something that almost explained it. 200 yards away, buried under leaves, were remnants of an old structure, rotted beams, cracked foundation stones, a house that had burned down decades ago. It made sense. A staircase could have survived while the rest collapsed. "See?" Mara said, exhausted. "It's just debris." Cole didn't look convinced, because the staircase we saw was pristine compared to the rotted remains. And the foundation debris was nowhere near the staircase. A staircase doesn't walk 200 yards away from its home, unless someone moved it or something did. We returned to the staircase to place hazard tape and leave a marker for daylight crews, but when we got back, the staircase was gone. Not toppled. Not dragged. Gone. The forest floor where it stood looked untouched. No gouges, no torn grass. Just smooth dirt and fallen leaves, like it had never existed. Mara's voice shook. "That's not possible." Cole breathed out one sentence. "It moved." We found Mason 2 days later. Not his body, not his clothes, just his phone, lying on the trail like it had been gently placed there. The screen was fixed, no crack, no damage, and there was one new video saved. The file was 11 seconds long. We played it. The camera pointed at the staircase. Mason's breathing was fast, excited. He whispered, "This is it. This is the thing." Then the camera tilted upward. At the top step, the hallway shimmered into view, and the door at the end opened wider. A hand appeared in the gap, just fingers curling around the edge of the door. Then a voice clear as Day spoke from inside the hallway. Not Mason's, not any of ours. It said, "Welcome back, Mason." Mason whispered something in response. The video ended right as he stepped onto the first stair. But here's the part that made us all stop breathing. On the audio under the forest ambience, there was something else, a second voice, very quiet, very close to the microphone, whispering a name, my name, Ethan. I checked the file properties. The date stamp said the video was recorded 3 years ago. And in the last frame, right before it cuts off, you can see something carved into the side beam. Not Mason, something below it. A newer carving, cleaner, like it was done recently, 4 letters. ETHAN, and I swear to you, I never touched those stairs with a knife. So if my name is already on them, then the only question left is, how many times have I already walked up?